Earlier. Hello and welcome Under the Table. We are an indie TTRPG actual play stream, and I am your host for tonight, Keith. Tonight we are playing Fistful of Darkness, which is a hack of the Blades in the Dark system. And with me are my players. Please introduce yourselves. Let's start with Liv. Please introduce yourself and your character, Josephine.
Hi everybody, did you miss me? It's Liv here, your best girl, best pal, and cutest person that you know on the internet. I am doing great, how are you? And I will be playing Josephine tonight, the apparently captured wizard of the family who knew that this shit was fucked to begin with. Which shit? Which beginning? Yeah.
All of that. Here, really quick, I'm going to switch. I did not catch that earlier. Whoopsie.
Finally, the pale and males get confused.
I was so looking forward to playing Baxter today and just ruining him.
I mean, how are you going to do that?
He's already ruined himself, Alex.
Also,
thank you.
Yeah. Ruining him for John.
I'm just going to say it now. I apologize in advance for when I inadvertently am unable to mute my mic in time for my cough. I'm so sorry for your audio feeds. I'm so sorry to your families. Thank you.
And with that, let's go to Alex. Please tell us about yourself and your character, Nico.
Hello, everyone. I am, to everyone's surprise, playing Nico and not Baxter today. Nico is, step in, like everyone's favorite stepmom slash cousin. You know, I'm here, but you might not always want me to be here. But I do have the right things to say sometimes, and sometimes we just get drunk together.
Thank you, Alex. Last but not least, John, please tell us about yourself and your character, Baxter.
Hi, I'm John, and Baxter is the youngest and acts like it in every way. He has chosen a romantic partner to spite the family, and is having a great time falling into conversations with him and showing his input on things.
Lots of flapping of gums, would you say?
Well,
Smacking
maybe.
of lips?
Certainly a lot of discussion.
What does falling into conversations mean?
Well, so I think about the last time they conversed about whether or not they should wake up.
Oh, the choices we make on TTRPGs. Speaking of choices, let's do a little recap of the last session. After they kind of drove off the members of the dark room from their lakeside sort of meeting place with the two Silases, the Sparrow family found that one of their number, Josephine, and one of the Silases had been kidnapped by the Darkroom. And so they went off to find the Darkroom's headquarters, which they did. And they went through it, trying to retrieve their lost family members. The first of whom they retrieved was the second Silas. We have to figure out some way to separate the two with their names, but I'm sure we'll figure that out later.
I think there's you said that the one from Barant is younger.
Yes.
So we could do fresh Silas and old Silas, or young and old.
I thought you were gonna go medieval with it. Silas the younger, Silas the older.
I like that.
Okay, yeah. So I guess for now we can use that nomenclature until Guilty, whose husband it is, yells at us to change it. But the crew found Silas the elder being examined by some of the people who work in the dark room. They were saying that his soul seemed to have been split between his body and some other object, which the other members of the Sparrow family concluded was his second body. So one soul, two bodies. Weird. What? How does that work? Who knows? Also, Baxter discovered that a lot of the technology that the Darkroom uses is imbued with magic, which is a big no-no, because the Mechanist Guild and the Mages of Varant are very much at odds. And so if any of them figured out that these people from their organizations were working with each other, they would be exiled from their positions. So as they were leaving with Silas the Elder, the members of the Sparrow family, who were trying to find Josephine, did it. They found her. She was trapped in a bubble of water by another member of the Darkroom, who said to them, "All right, that's enough. Lower your weapons, and we'll talk like civilized people."
And why should we believe that you'll talk like a civilized person when you're holding our family member hostage right there?
Well, I haven't killed her, have I? I'd say that's
But you have the chance.
Exactly, I had the chance, and I didn't take it.
Keith, I would like to invoke a flashback.
What's the flashback?
I would like to set a scene where Josephine and Nico are just hanging out, talking shop. She's practicing her magic, whatever. And Nico goes, "How much magic do you think it would take you to, like, do one of them, like, escape artist acts? You were all tied up and had to get out. Do you think you could do that?"
Well, escape artists don't use magic. It's a whole
Sure,
different
but
thing.
let's say they did. Could you do something similar?
I can do anything.
Like, how'd you do it? Walk me through it.
Well, if anything, out of all the magics I have, the most useful would probably be glass.
As
Be
it
able to
always
cut
is.
through anything. Exactly. Be able to cut through anything.
Okay. What if you can't cut through it? What if it's like a, I don't know, what if it's like a magical prison?
It's a little bit harder. I mean, not every type of magic. It's not like exactly, like a rock, paper, scissors system. It's not like different types of magic 100% nullify each other. But there's nothing that wind magic can do against dark or light. And trying to bring Latin magic into a fight with a water mage, that's just silly. So you have to kind of think about things. But, I mean, that's part of the reason why I studied wind magic to begin with. Sure, can't help you with light magic, can't help you with dark magic, but it's extremely underutilized and very, very helpful.
Good to know.
What was this flashback?
It was just to, like, set the scene for, like,
Okay.
If Josephine were to be...
Make Josephine then lay in bed that thinking about all the ways she magic to get out of an escape situation, the way you do when you're trying to fall asleep at night.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, if this is just for narrative, then obviously it's a zero stress flashback. But yeah, I do like that. Good job.
Cool. Yeah, I guess while this is all happening, Josephine knows if she's trapped in a watery prison, to not use lightning to get her way out. But I do think she is trying to brainstorm how she can use her wind magic to disrupt this watery cage.
Okay.
Yes. And escape.
Are you trying to survey it? Are you reading the threads of magic maybe?
Yeah, I would say that's probably fair, reading it.
Okay. Yeah, then with that I think that would be controlled limited.
Okay. Controlled limited.
Would you like to push yourself? Is anyone helping?
No.
Or would you like a bargain?
I'm gonna use that flashback for when I actually do escape out of here. What's your bargain?
My bargain is Tallulah and the Silas's getaway.
No. God,
Sorry,
no.
getaway to safety.
I mean, that's one fewer body to worry about.
3 fewer bodies.
3 fewer bodies.
Truly some of the most problematic bodies.
So true. Tallulah and her problematic bodies. Debut coming this fall. I've said that like it was a band, but problematic body sounds like some weird, dark, like adult thriller. It sounds like the next Gone Girl novel.
I was gonna say A24.
Do we think Josephine
Yes,
has
it's
that
giving
novel?
A24. No,
Was that
Josephine doesn't like thrillers.
Oh.
Josephine's a big baby. She
Not
deals
even
with
if
so many
they're
scary things.
not even if they're like romantic.
Wow. I just realized something about Josephine. And if you want to know what it is, check out the post show.
Alex, please write that down for later. Thank you.
Already on it.
Oh, on your new toy?
Yes, on my new note taker.
Okay, I'll take your bargain.
Okay, cool. Yeah, what are you?
I'll go to controlled standard.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. It's a 3.
Yeah, you see that from projected onto the ground around the watery prison that you're floating in. It seems to be like a circle of magic projected in light. And if you've fought these people before, Josephine, you've seen them use these flashlights that have with the lenses that have been mostly blacked out, except for the clear parts of the lenses are in the shapes of magical runes. So when they turn on the flashlight, they just project the runes onto a surface, and from there they can utilize their magic, basically. You've also noticed that a lot of the people who use these don't need to actually invoke any magic. They just need to like flip on the switch and use it. So anyone can use these devices, basically. But yeah, you see this as I think that Tallulah and the Silases make a break for it, as Tallulah just like starts shooting at this random person who's like holding you hostage, and just with like a flick of his wrist, he like throws a card, and it's also inscribed with runes, and this wall of ice just goes up between him and the bullets, and they're just like lodged in this wall of ice. It's also like cutting off the corridor between Tallulah and the rest of you. And he says, well, I suppose that's 3 people down. I hope you know that my patience is running thin. And if you think about breaking for it, then I will not be so gentle.
Little point of order really quick.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing that is projecting the water that's holding me is this like little flashlight.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's the light, the thing that's projecting the rune itself is like a glass little, it's like a flashlight, so it's like glass.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, at least we know that Josie ain't dead.
You know what? I won't make you all wait.
I mean,
No, go ahead.
I was gonna see what this guy has to say, but
No, you can. You can. Josie can wait.
can't she?
Yeah, I can. She can't. I can.
All right, man. So what's your deal? What do you want? Why'd you kidnap our cousin?
This is your cousin.
Yeah.
Me.
All right. Well, that's fine. We don't really need you, any of you, really. I kind of wanted to get my hands on those two men that ran away. The ones that look
Missed your
remarkably...
chance with that one.
Sorry?
Missed your chance with that one. You blocked their... You let them escape.
I suppose I did, but the thing is, I have the 3 of you. I feel like if I have you, they're going to come back around.
You'd be very surprised.
Excuse me? What?
Family's family is all I gotta say.
Ah, good family. Well, then why don't you walk this way? We have some very nice padded rooms for you. They're very secure, very sealed off, if you will. We'll be feeding you every now and then, don't worry. And also, we don't plan on killing you at all. But we will be adjusting your memories a little bit before you leave. So just be ready for that. We can't let any of this get out to the public. You understand, don't you?
Well, since you're planning to erase our memories anyway, it sounds like, could you tell me a little bit about what you're doing here? I must admit myself a bit of an academic curiosity about this place.
Oh, we have an academic on the team, eh? Well then, why don't you... Well, have you considered, young man, joining our dark room?
You know, to be honest, I didn't know y'all existed, so this is the first time hearing the opportunity.
Well,
I'm open to considerations, though.
Now that you do, let me give you the pitch. Both magic and artifice is so confining. Why limit yourself to one or the other? Why not dabble in both? It's only petty politics that keeps us apart. Do you understand?
You know, I totally understand. I've been doing something a little bit similar. I always wondered why we had this break. Well, I've been using my study of magic to try to understand foodstuffs. And so, you know, that's kind of mechanical and magical mixing.
Well, you're practically an acolyte.
Is there like a pamphlet somewhere I could read up on this?
Well, why don't we put your relative somewhere safe, somewhere a little out of the way, and then we can speak. Josephine.
I was actually gonna say, well, all of this is going on, and they're fucking whacking, just getting off on each other, just loving it. I want to tap into my innate, well, I guess it's not my innate ability, but the ability now, the heightened ability I have with glass magic.
Mm.
And I have two ways that I could potentially do this if one doesn't work. So my first thought is I want to literally use my innate glass magic to will, I suppose, a additional rune carving on this glass flashlight.
Ooh.
To make it shatter.
Okay.
Because usually you have to write it yourself, or you have to be part of like the creation of the rune, but I'm trapped and suspended. But I do have this innate glass connection, so I wonder if I push myself, can I just like will runes onto this glass surface?
Sure. Describe how you're doing this. Also, you've been noticing, Josephine, that around these people in the dark room, there's kind of like this suppression that they're kind of doing sort of passively. Like whatever magic you try to do in this area is like that's why when you were trying to read the magic, it was limited. Basically.
That makes sense.
So you've been feeling this sort of like this blockage around you. So can you describe like how you try to work your way through that?
I think like Josephine wants to be able to pull this off as like coolly as possible, not for her ego, but more just because like, you know, she has to, like if she gets caught, she's fucked. But I don't think she's able to. So I think at the end of it all, she ends up like pressed up against the like surface of this water, trying desperately and like willing and focusing on the flashlight that she can see. And I think, I mean, it's firm enough, right? Like she can't push past it. That's the whole point. So I think eventually her like hat tips off and falls off of her head, and all of her like hair just flies free with all of those tendrils that come out. So it's like, it's probably actually kind of cool because she's in a water bubble, so it looks like she's like floating properly in the water.
Yeah.
But I think like as the hat falls off and her like the tendrils like break the hair ties that hold her pigtails. I think it's all swirling around her in this sort of like Medusa mass as her eyes focus in so desperately and intently on this flashlight as she just wills for this magic. And it's literally like she's getting a headache from how intense she has to focus. She's never had to focus this hard to do something, albeit something kind of impossible. She's trying to will runes into existence, but it's the only thing that she can think of. And if this queen says that she's made her this master, even beyond a master of glass magic, her desperation makes her believe that this has to be something she can do.
Okay, yeah. Go for it.
So I'm gonna roll a tune. I get a free push to glass magic.
True.
What is my position?
This is risky limited.
Okay. I'm gonna change it to controlled limited.
That makes sense.
There's nothing. Yep, there's nothing I can do. Oh, fuck yeah, that's a 5.
Nice.
I'll take it.
Yeah, you do it. You're able to. So the thing is, the thing that you see inscribed on this lens is a bunch of like ink that's basically been painted on it. So you're able to kind of like shift the glass so that the ink is like cleared away. You're actually like parting the glass to make like new lines in the light that this flashlight is projecting. And in that way, you're able to kind of adjust its inscription. And because of that, the glass shatters. Your prison begins to loosen, but as it does, the person who was holding you, you feel like they anticipated this because they took out another card and flicked it out so it hit the ground underneath you, so that when the water fell, it would strike this card, and when it does, the water just turns into steam, basically like a cold steam, and it like fills this area with fog. And from this fog, you hear a whirring sound as these tiny wind-up metal butterflies start moving through the air.
Okay, y'all, how many? No, there's no need for that. It has been established that Josephine can control winds enough to help herself fly, essentially, at least for like a limited amount of time. I'm gonna try to cast that so I can get the fuck away from these butterflies.
Okay.
I'm like on evasion mode.
Actually,
so yeah,
let's check in with Nico
yes,
and Baxter.
sorry.
To
yes,
see,
sorry.
did you guys want to do something? As you see, Josephine has like taken herself out of her watery prison.
So, the hostage is somewhat freed.
I think Baxter is gonna like kind of shocked as this happens, and kind of instinctively drops to the ground, and pulls a like what would the ground texture be like? Is it kind of malleable or is it metal?
It is clay tile. It's like
Okay,
a shiny
so
black clay tile. Yeah.
Got it. So I would like to use an attune roll to inscribe some glyphs that Josephine has taught Baxter to create a wind bubble. To try to push all the smoke and just create a space where we can at least gather.
Okay.
In clarity.
You're using a tune?
Well, yes. I'm not sure what else we would do.
Then this is risky limited. Is anyone helping? Are you pushing yourself, or would you like a bargain?
I mean, I'll always hear a bargain every time.
One of these butterflies lands on your shoulder.
No. I'm gonna take the built-in help, which is that one. Yes, I teach Baxter, but this is also me teaching. This isn't me teaching Baxter like basic shit. This is one of my studies of magic.
Nice.
I think that help is going to be plenty. And I'm going to upgrade it from risky to controlled.
Okay.
And we get a 6.
Nice. Yeah, you're able to create a bubble of wind big enough for the three of you to stand in. You kind of see that the butterflies are like kind of caught up in the wind currents as they approach you, but as soon as they break away, they're able to kind of like right themselves. So you kind of have this like this fluttering sort of screen around you. But you hear this person's voice from beyond it say, well, it seems like we're basically back to where we started. Why don't you just give up? This isn't going to go the way that you want it to.
Back where we started? How do you figure that?
All of you are trapped.
Listen, I'm a goddamn Emerson, and for better or worse, we don't give in.
Who?
So you are really the idiots of the group, thinking that you can hold me back, let alone my family.
Okay. Well, I mean, I suppose you can try if you want to hurt yourself or something. I'm just warning you.
Who is this guy? Who are you anyway?
Me?
Yeah.
I am an academic of the dark room. You can call me Roland.
Roland.
Do we get a good look at his face, or is it covered?
No, he's wearing one of those masks that the darkroom wears that covers like the lower half of their face, and he's also wearing like a cowled cape, so you can't really see the top of his head or like his ears or anything.
Tacky.
I think that's something. Okay. Shit. I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know what? I'm gonna survey. Combat is not my forte.
Survey is good. You can try to look for like a way out.
Yeah, I think I might. So, the lay of the land is we have a wall of ice behind us, and like a wall of
metal
wind?
butterflies surrounding your bubble of wind. Yeah.
Okay. So, metal butterflies, huh? And which are presumably created via magic, given that they came out of water.
No.
So,
if you look at them, they look to be like completely mechanical, like gears, thin pieces of metal, etc., etc.
Then I'm gonna survey like these butterflies and Roland to see if like he's got something that's controlling them, or if they have some sort of like if there's something that that would disable all of them at once, so to speak. I'll roll survey.
All right, this is I will say that this is controlled standard.
Alrighty. I got a 5.
Nice. Yeah, you do it. They seem to be fairly autonomous. Like, Roland isn't really doing anything that could be construed as like a control for these tiny machines. Like, he doesn't have like joysticks or any sort of like pointer to tell them like where to go. But you do see as one of these butterflies kind of like embeds itself into the wall. Their wings are incredibly sharp.
All right, y'all, don't let those butterflies touch you. I think they're gonna leave a pretty dang deep scar. Good on you getting the shield up, Baxter. Though they do seem completely mechanical, so if we could short circuit them or something, we might be able to make an escape.
I can think of a way to do that.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Really quick question, Keith.
Mm-hmm.
I have my hair down. No butterflies?
Not any of your butterflies, no.
Cool. Love that.
But would you like to summon them? Oh, actually, I guess I should do that in character. Do you require their help?
I think out loud. Literally out loud, fucking Josephine. No, I'm okay.
What was that?
What do you mean?
Nothing. I'm fine. Okay.
Well, I mean, no one was offering, so I mean, if you've got an idea, I think now's the time.
Shush. And I'm gonna reach into my bag and using my arcane ingredients, I'm gonna just start pulling out just like as much copper shit as I have. Wires, needles, nails, everything copper that I possibly have. And I'm gonna start like putting it in Baxter's hand. I'm like, okay. So you've been studying magic and you're a little mechanic, you got your brain on right. It's gonna be simple. We're just creating a small electric current that we're gonna send out, and once it hits one of them, I'm sure it'll spread to the rest of them.
Okay, I think I remember you talked about that.
Yeah. Listen, we're just setting off a spark. It's literally Latin Magic 101. It's the first thing you do on your first day.
I do remember doing that. Okay, I think we can do it.
I'd cup his little cheeks. You're fine. You got this.
Okay.
I smack him. And then get focused on casting. I like start drawing out. I start drawing out like runes and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, I can help if need be, or you. I don't know if you have space to help, John. I'm not sure how you want to roll this.
Y'all could y'all do a group action?
I guess we could do a group action, you and I.
Keith?
If you've got the grit for it.
Oh,
You
how
can
much
do a
grit do?
You can
At
do a
most
group
two.
action. If one person rolls a 3 or under, then the leader of the group action takes a grit damage. So potentially it could be 2 grit damage.
I can.
But that's the same as a push.
That is the
And
same
we
as a push.
roll a lot more dice.
And then can I help a group action?
You would have to participate in the group action, Nico.
Narratively, I think it makes sense for Josephine to lead this group action, but I think it'd be okay for the grit purposes. I can take 2 grit. That will be okay.
I can take plenty of grit, so I could like lead as a distraction.
Ooh.
How are you distracting, Nico?
Oh, I mean, if they need some cover to do some shit, I can fan my cards out. I can try and like get them all caught up in the wind barrier and get a bit of a blockade going
Oh, that's fine.
so that
I
they
like
can't
that.
see what's happening or what's coming.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay.
I like it.
Sure.
All right,
sure.
so Nico's leading.
Hey, I got a crit on my Lastitude roll.
Hey, there you go. Okay. So we both roll a tune for the group action, or it's been so long since we've done a group action. So.
Everyone rolls a tune for the group action, and then and then we see like what your highest roll is.
Alrighty.
What's our stuff?
This is, I think that this is risky limited. Oh, actually, with the group action, we'll do risky standard.
Oh,
All
well,
right, so-
I rolled already.
That's fine.
I only take 1 grit from myself, so it's basically like I helped.
Wow.
Nice.
And we got 3 6s.
3 6s.
3 6s.
One of them
Wow.
was a crit.
Oh yeah, I critted. So
Baxter critted. I think
Wow.
is there there has to be an ability where it's like if you do a group action and you get 2 6s overall, like throughout everyone, then that counts as a crit, right?
Yeah, I mean, and we got 3, so.
it would be
Yeah.
a fun ability if it doesn't exist.
Yeah. So what does this look like? Nico begins to like start throwing his cards into the wind, and Roland starts saying, "What are you doing?"
Oh,
What are
well,
you
you
trying
know,
to
you
do?
like to throw cards, I'm throwing cards. It's a bit of tit and tat, you know?
I think at the same time Baxter's like putting little tiny runes on the pieces of copper that he's been handed and like kind of flinging them out into the air, letting the wind carry them around the room.
Yes, exactly that. Yeah, like Josephine is like also working with him, like, okay, scribbling. And I think like as all these little pieces of copper are like getting flown out, I think the like big climax is like there's this huge, just like raising, almost like a horror movie. I feel like is the energy of like these weird copper like objects floating in the sky, and then just shattering and like just flying everywhere, and hitting all these little goddamn butterflies.
Nice. And when you're done, you kind of see like these butterflies have been like embedded into walls and like doors and door jams and things like that. And there's kind of been like a space, kind of like a wedge-shaped space left clear around Roland, and he says, "Well done," as he throws out a bunch of these like little metal pieces that kind of look like keys without teeth. So they kind of have the circle with like a little cylinder on the end, and they start kind of like assembling themselves the way like a child's construction kit would into what looks like a let's say it's what we would recognize as a rhinoceros. And it starts pawing the ground, and it starts to level its horn at all of you, as Roland says, "Well, I see I can't reach through whatever violence all of you are wont to do. So, suppose I should answer it then." And the rhinoceros charges. How do all of you save yourselves or get out of the way?
Do I still have those hardened sheets of paper?
I think that they were torn apart by the other trinkets that the other darkroom person threw at you.
Josephine's gonna try to create, like, Josephine's gonna move in front of the other two.
Mhm.
She's the eldest in the situation. She sees herself as, if not always the leader of the family, definitely the leader of this trio. So she's going to step in front of her people and she's going to try to create as thick of a, albeit glass, I'll admit it's glass, but as thick of a glass layer, like shield, between us and this rhinoceros as I possibly can.
Okay.
I would just like to posit some facts into the chat here. 6
Okay,
inches of glass can hold back 150 pounds of pressure.
I think that a rhino weighs more than 150 pounds.
Just
appreciate
some
your
reference
effort.
calculations here.
Also, this rhino is
See-
made of metal, so yes, okay.
See, Keith was gonna make it desperate, and now he's gonna make it risky.
I don't know. Alex made a really good point that
But did you hear Bestie John?
I did. So I think it kind of evens out. So this is desperate.
Oh, okay.
I have a proposal.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Given this information, should Liv roll to see how thick the glass is?
We're not doing math on this program.
Oh,
We are not doing math.
4 queer
Addition?
people. We're not fucking doing math.
We're not doing math.
It's
You just take
multiplication,
some numbers
isn't
and
it?
add them. You can do
literally
that
just
too.
multiplication.
No.
Multiplication is scary addition, isn't it?
It's addition plus.
Addition 2.
The sequel to addition.
Yeah.
Just when you thought they couldn't add more. Stupid.
We're
Addition
so
squared.
We're so dumb. Okay.
Oh, no. Okay.
So what skill are you using, Josephine?
This is so stupid. This is the stupidest thing I could possibly do. But what else are we supposed to do? Run? We're not
You know what's-
gonna run it.
What's gonna happen is the glass is gonna shatter into our faces.
That's fine. We'll finally get
No,
cool
no.
scars.
I believe in Josephine. Josephine will protect us.
You
You know what I think would I believe.
Okay. What are my positions? I'm so anxious. See this right now? This is anxiety.
This is Desperate Limited. Would you like to push? Well, you already have a push. Would you like to push yourself more? Does anyone want to help? And or would you like a bargain?
I'll help.
Okay. What
how am I
is?
helping? I don't know.
I'm gonna change it to desperate standard. I'm gonna use one of my pushes to get an extra die, or my push to get an extra die. And what is your devil's bargain?
My devil's bargain is... Oh, in the process, somehow, you rip off Roland's mask.
Oh, take it. Do it.
Duh.
Do
Duh.
it.
Duh. The answer is duh. I have one other question before I do this. The butterflies only attack things from, they only engage with flesh, right? Like they only attack things made of skin and bone.
From the way that they were moving, you could tell that they were moving, that they were flying randomly, erratically. And that basically Roland protected himself by creating like a similar...
Oh, no. Not those butterflies. My butterflies.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Okay.
They want to adhere to a living thing and bond with it.
Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna use this extra bonus die since butterflies. Oh, I am actually sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm taking the devil's die.
Sorry, you're taking the devil's bargain and adding a bonus die?
Yes, because Nico offered help. I took my push, so that's changing the position, then adding a die, and now I'm
bonus
adding
die.
another die.
That makes sense. Okay. Really quick, Nico, how are you helping? Do you have an idea?
Well, you see, that's an excellent question, and I'm gonna get to my point here in a moment. Presumably, are you right? Are you casting like runes, Josephine? Or like, what are you doing? How are you doing this?
Yeah, I mean, I think like, yeah, I would say that Josephine is like casting runes,
Okay. I have.
like writing into the dirt.
I have one or two.
Which means you know the alphabet.
Yeah. I think that. Okay. Here's my pitch. Is Josephine is so like strapped for time doing this. You assign a single letter to me and you just underline where it needs to go so that you don't have to write the whole letter. And I just come in after you and I'm like, ah!
Yeah. Because it's an A, so it's like...
Hey.
Yeah. You start clapping out a beat and it...
Hey.
Stupid. Okay.
Welcome back.
I'm so happy to be back. Okay. I mean, listen, I started doing this stupid ship to jump. Every single thing I've done, Keith has been like, uh-huh. Don't ever let me get into a wizard battle. Okay.
We're in it.
That's a 6, baby!
Nice. Yeah, you do it. The rhino slams against this thick glass wall that you put up. And it is like completely stopped. And your glass hasn't even started to break. And Roland
Josephine's thick pain, Emerson.
Roland's kind of like looks at your handiwork, Nico and Josephine, and you can tell like he kind of has this like impressed kind of like tilt to his eyebrows, and so he takes off the lower half of his mask, and he's hot. He's hot.
God damn it.
Think of a hot man. That's him. Yeah, there you go. Here's a gift.
So since it's just his lower half, what is it like perfect stubble and like a chiseled jaw and a butt chin?
Two dimples.
Not a
both
butt
sides.
chin.
I don't know, like Clark Kent.
Like Clark Kent. Just like the juiciest lips. There's no way. I'm so sorry, John. There's no way this man is white. Like he just has the fullest lip.
He has got Tom Hardy lips that like Princess Peach.
Ooh. I was thinking like Latin. A Latin man. But well, again, fill it in for yourself. Roland is hot. And he says, very well. It seems like I have underestimated you. I suppose that should stop. And he throws another card that slips in like right next to your wall of glass, Josephine. And this ice just like blossoms out from the card. And basically it traps you guys between the ice behind you and the two walls to your left and right, basically.
Here I was hoping it was his number.
Quick question.
Sorry.
Yes, Nico?
Are his lips recognizably hot?
Yes. They are biting. They look biteable.
If we see these lips, we will know.
Yes.
Like if we're out in public?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's basically his fingerprint at this point. that and his two dimples.
You know, some series look for a man with like two left hands or somebody with a distinct scar. Not us.
No, a chiseled jaw, a perfect stubble, two dimples, and
Kissable
lips
lips.
that just fucking drive you wild.
The most iconic DSLs you've ever seen.
Welcome to the new Cinderella. We're looking at lips.
That's definitely one of Josephine's books. You know what? I'm not even gonna get into it. Y'all already know.
All right, chat. You know what to do. Name this fic. Yeah. So now that you guys are kind of like trapped here, you hear Roland say, faintly behind this newly created wall of ice, he says, "Well, if I can't get you into a holding cell, I guess I'll just make one of my own. Please make yourself comfortable. You'll be here for a while." What do you guys do?
I think this man just has a whole thing for capturing people, and honestly, it's a little suspicious.
I don't like how he's bringing us into his kink like this.
I mean, it makes perfect sense when you look at him. You can just tell.
Josephine's whole expression changed. Kink? What? Nico! Kink.
Do you have any other ideas as to why he was so elaborately trying to get us into a padded room?
Nico, Miss Josephine, I have a question. What's a kink?
Oh, you know, buddy.
And I think with that, we should take our first break of the night. Thank you for joining us at Kink Corner. Oh, I'm sorry, Under the Table. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. See you soon. And welcome back Under the Table. This is an indie TTRPG actual play stream, and tonight we are playing Fistful of Darkness. And the crew, the gang, the Sparrow fam, has found themselves trapped between some ice and a cold place.
It's more ice.
Can't believe we're in a hot man's ice engine. It's unbelievable.
You know,
You're
Miss
welcome.
Josephine, did you say that you could do any kind of ice or water magic?
No, I can't.
I hadn't learned any either.
Surprisingly, me neither.
Josephine yells out, "It's almost like it's a stupid course of study."
No one responds.
Well, gang, what do we have at our disposal? I got one more thing in my bag. I won't tell you what it is. Surprise.
That's not ominous.
You guys still have
haven't decided what it is.
two Deuteronomy items too.
We do. We have not decided what they were.
Yeah, but I also have a normal load, and I only have 2 things marked, so...
Okay, fair enough. I just wanted you guys to know your options.
Suppose I have subterfuge supplies so I could pick a lock.
Hi. Yes, I would like to cash in for some demolition tools.
I was going to do
you-
the same thing.
You are not going to blow up
Okay.
dynamite right in our faces.
I sure as heck am. I'm gonna put this dynamite right inside the ice, and we're gonna watch it fall apart.
Okay.
You
Can
mean
you-
by it? Do you mean our bodies? Because we cannot get away from the explosion radius, Baxter.
I can clarify how this is gonna work, so it's not gonna kill us. So, you know, as part of demolition tools, you got these little boring tools, so you can stick the dynamite into the shelling rock rather than, you know, onto the ground, where you're gonna do exactly as you described there. Just basic professionalism in pyrotechnics. But once we bore the holes into the side of the area around the outside of the cavern, the rock crumbling around the cavern will open up the passage for us. We don't need to blow up the ice. We have to blow up the area around it to create a bigger tunnel.
I would like to ask a lore question about Baxter. How many times has he blown things up using this technique?
That's an uncomfortable question.
Be honest.
If his parents ask, this is his second time, because Paul has seen him do it once.
And the truth is?
The truth is he has broken out and done this a few times, probably north of 10. He's taken down a few buildings because he wanted to figure out the physics of it.
Max, do you understand that we are under the city right now?
I do. I mean, I know exactly how this is going to go. This is not the first time I've collapsed a cavern, my friend.
Have you ever collapsed a cavern with yourself in it?
Oh, just last Friday, I think.
Last Friday we were in Veron.
Wait, can
That's
I?
not the kind of cavern that he's talking. That's not the cavern he's talking about. Bestie, I can't stress this enough.
Josephine! I mean, you're right, but I mean, let him have his little secrets.
Josephine would not say that. At all. That's all Liv. Suddenly the voice of the Red Queen pops into your head, and strangely, it sounds like me.
The Red Queen calls you bestie. Nice.
Is this a goal for you, Nico?
Ew, no. I'm like over her. I'm not special anymore.
Damn, my man is hurt. My man is hurt.
Nico, it feels like there's like this phantom hand petting at your head, and almost like the ghost of a whisper that sounds almost like, "Oh."
So I'd
All
like to
yourself.
read. Nico, would you like to carry on?
No, we can stop this bit.
So I'd like to read the ice and the rock around the exit that is now blocked off, and see if Baxter can do the right maths to figure out how to collapse the ice without fully collapsing the cavern and leaving us room to escape.
All right, good luck. This is Desperate Standard.
I
Is
love the
anyone
desperate roll.
helping? Anyone helping? Are you pushing yourself, or would you like a bargain?
I can help because I don't trust Baxter's ideas.
Nico, how are you
Love
helping?
this song.
Oh, I'm double checking everything. I'm
Wait.
having him explain explicitly what he is doing
I
and
see,
how
I
it will work. Give me the math. I'll take a minute, but I can do math. You got to simplify it into addition and subtraction, but I can do it.
You know, we gotta summon up some calculus for this. I'm gonna try to simplify it for you. Don't worry though.
Calculus.
We have to calculate the curve as it decays. Otherwise, we're gonna block the entrance if we don't do it just right.
Yeah, keep talking, keep doing your thing.
Okay, so that's a help. Do you have a devil's bargain for me?
Huh. What would be fun here? What about... Oh, something from your time with the Grey Queen helps you here.
I think we really need to get out. Do we have any cautionary tales that we would like to have read to the record before I accept this deal?
What?
I'm
No,
That's a
he's
no.
basically he's asking us to just yell at him because he's gonna do it. Just do it. Just go.
I accept.
They're so worn down at this point. It's
Like, what
so
can we
sad.
even say?
It's
I'm
so
taking
like-
2 bonus die.
Have you seen Josephine's hair?
What does this
Okay.
have to do with me? As like, Josephine's hair is just flying everywhere.
Baxter, you remember somewhere in the like amalgam of images that you kind of like experienced during this dream that you had about the Grey Queen. There were people kind of working a quarry, and they too were using dynamite and specific tools, and remembering that helps you here.
I got a 5. Out of 5 dice, that was the only one that wasn't below a 3.
Was it worth it?
Close.
I mean, no, but there was no way to know, so I'm glad I took the deal.
You do it. You're able to kind of like blow a hole in the ice wall. Unfortunately, you also kind of block off the exit path with this rubble of ice. But because of its positioning, the dynamite blew a hole through one of the walls, one of the tile walls on one of the sides of your blocked off area. And so while you can begin to move away from this trap, you're not really sure in which direction you'll be going.
Can I roll like a survey to perhaps like orient ourselves in like what, like based on where we came from, which direction should lead us back out?
Okay, sure. Yeah.
What's my stuff?
This is controlled standard.
Okay. I got a 6.
Nice. Yeah, you kind of just have to like parallel this corridor, basically. Either that or go in a completely different direction. Basically, you're trying to go like back towards the sewers, or towards a like an exit that you saw on one of the upper floors of the dark room.
Well, gang, I'd say the sewers is probably our best bet.
Disgusting.
I done worse in the pursuit of, less. Let's get going.
I don't know, Josie, would you rather go upstairs and try and go out the front door?
Fine. Just my shoes are nice.
Yeah, you're able to with Nico's kind of like pathfinding abilities, you're able to make it through the basement level of the dark room. In the process, you see a whole bunch of like secure cells that they use basically as like storage for volatile materials and like living materials that are similarly dangerous. Maybe not living, but biological. You also pass by those cells full of strange creatures that Nico and Baxter went through initially, walking into this building. And you also see a bunch of people working on projects in cloisters, branching off from the main hallway that all of you are able to navigate. Although you're not really sure what exactly they're working on. And yeah, you guys make it to the sewers, which at this point the water has evacuated from the last time you were here. And yeah, y'all are able to get back out to your home. What do you guys do?
Goodness.
That was ridiculous.
So do we know the building the dark room is in now?
Yes, yeah.
Well, that was an ordeal, wasn't it, gang?
And a half. Everybody okay?
I'm doing fine. I got all my fingers. Baxter?
I've been thinking a little bit about it. What are they? I'm worried.
You?
I've seen the crossover of technology and magic, and I've experienced firsthand, not my own fingers, but some fingers going flying when things didn't go quite as expected. And so, I can only begin to expect what they're doing with all those magical creatures down there. Stuff that and he like flips his notebook open and shares with Josephine. We saw these in the cellar, and they were true monstrosities. stuff we'd never seen in the wilds even. So I can't know what to expect from them.
I don't like that.
I think we
I
need
mean,
to
I guess
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joseph.
I think I can try to talk to the Midnight Symposium, let them know, see if there's anything, any sort of jurisdiction they can bring down.
Can I come with you when you do that?
Definitely. I mean, I am a council member of Terrapin's Gulch, so I have some sway, but in matters of magic, it'd be helpful to get some representatives from the Midnight Symposium on our side.
Do you think we should bring in, the Mechanist Guild as well? I know they have thoughts on how magic should be used with technology. Or shouldn't.
I can swing by and tell them what's going on while y'all are doing that.
Sounds like a good plan.
I think I can make copies of these drawings. I'm a little nervous, y'all, about what's going to happen given that he wants to erase our memories. Before we get going, can I send out copies of these to people I trust?
To who?
Well, I was going to send a copy to Liam.
No.
Please?
It's not that I don't like Liam. This is family business. You know what I mean?
And what happens if he comes right back around here after we've done all this and fills with our memories anyway? Takes away all our drawings and stuff? We got no recollection of this, nothing happens.
We will pass the information to Pa. We will, Uncle Clay, he knows so much already. It'll be helpful for him to know.
I think
We will. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I agree. I think that we should probably keep these records in the family. Is that what you were saying, Josephine?
Basically. And provide records to the Midnight Symposium and the Mechanist Guild, because they're gonna want records of their own.
Okay.
For filing a report.
I'll go and make some copies and write down what we observed in note format, and we can get going right after that.
Be sure to get a good copy of those ornithopters.
Really quick, welcome to Hard Knock Dice and your rating party. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Sorry, Baxter, you were saying something.
Oh, of course. I'm gonna study that to get some of my own ideas out. They had some pretty clever solutions to some problems I've been having with the meat manufacturing pipeline.
How's a horse that shoots ass gonna help you make meat?
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Fade to black.
Fade to black.
Yes, very much that.
All right, so let's say that you guys give Clay Sparrow this evidence during this cut, and we'll go to. Does everyone want to go to the Midnight Symposium to tell them about what happened?
I think we were gonna split, but I mean, we can all go. We can make our rounds together if that helps.
Yeah. Yeah, we can all go together. I mean, assuming that time is not of the essence,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
we can go one after the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and since you guys are friends with the Midnight Symposium, the concierge at the front desk shows you to like a private meeting room upstairs in the mezzanine. I think that Riley Crane comes in. She says, "Oh, welcome. Yes, I hear that there is some sort of evidence you found of wrongdoing."
Yes.
Yeah.
Evidence of a group of individuals, so calling themselves academics, mixing the teachings of magic along with the more technological focused practices of the Mechanist Guild.
And then you like show her the evidence that you gathered, and she says,
They also captured us, but that is notwithstanding.
"Oh
They
my
also
goodness!"
have like a little zoo of not touched creatures.
I have drawings of all this and notes in detail in this little binder, and I think Baxter hands over a notebook that he's collated all this in.
Oh
Uh,
my!
I think it's worthy of your attention to turn to Section 7, Part B, where we discovered that they have memory modifying techniques that they were trying to use on us before we left.
I see.
Yes.
And then she like takes out like a pair of glasses and she starts reading and like looking at your evidence. I think you guys like you guys talk through it, basically like give your like eyewitness reports. And it's like at the end she says, all right, this is I think this is some solid stuff. I think that we can start looking for this this dark room, this weird base where they're doing all these experiments. I think it's pretty fortunate actually that you guys came when you did. A fairly high-ranking member of the university just arrived the other day, and Liv knows what I'm going to do. And he's actually in charge of trying to like root out these people who basically partake in this corrupted research. Here he is. I asked him to come with us. This is Randall Castone, and this is Roland. You know this man is Roland.
Those lips.
The lips. The oh so kissable lips and the two dimples. And you see the dimples again as he sees all of you, because he smiles and says, "Thank you so much for bringing this to our attention."
Madam,
Yes? Baxter, yes?
I'm getting. Never mind.
And then Randall kind of just like goes on one knee next to your chair, Baxter, and says, "It's all right. It's all right, son. I know that you all have been through a lot. If there's anything that you need to tell me, it's all right."
Does he try to like touch Baxter at all? Like lay a hand on his shoulder or on his hand, or like
yeah,
just
I think he
comfort
puts a hand on your shoulder. Yeah.
I think instinctively Baxter recoils to the point his chair falls backwards.
Oh,
Miss Crane.
I'm so sorry. And then Miss Crane says, "Yes, Josephine?
May I have a word?
Of course. Should we go to a different?"
Well, so we should step outside. For better or for worse, I snap my fingers at Nico and like give him an intense look before we leave, as if to say like you're in charge.
I was about to take that as you got to get out of here.
It's fair. That too. Hey, you know. But I'm gonna take Riley outside, down the hall a little bit.
She says, what's the matter?
This, what did you call him? Randall?
Yes, Randall Castone.
Who is he?
Well, he is part of the quality assurance division in the university.
Okay, how well do you know him?
Not at all, actually. This is the first time we've met, but basically, his division is given quite a lot of power within the workings of the university. They're basically like inquisitors. So don't worry. Like he will bring these people in.
No, I'm very worried because that's him.
That's whom?
That is the man who captured my cousins and I.
What? When was this?
Miss Crane, the whole story that I just told you, everything that happened, the person who threatened us, the person who said they'd wipe our memories, is that man. That's the person that we escaped. Riley.
I'm so sorry,
Riley.
Josephine, I'm so sorry. I must interject. Randall and I were having brunch earlier. He and I have been together all morning, so unless there's a miracle going on, I don't think that he could be in two places at once.
Riley. Sorry, my apologies. Miss Crane. We are magicians. We are wizards. We make miracles every day. I sneeze and I create a miracle. You're gonna sit here and really think that there's no way at all that couldn't have been true? The man has the ability to wipe and alter minds. Who's to say he's not doing that to you?
Miss Emerson, I was in this building, surrounded with other mages. If he had tried something, as you were suggesting, they would have come to my defense, they would have noticed, someone would have raised an alarm. Look, I understand that you and your family have gone through a very troubling half a day, half a day, what have you. And please believe me, we are 1000% dedicated to finding whomever is responsible for this and bringing them to justice. But I cannot honestly say that Randall was at fault for this, is guilty. The evidence is too great. Sure, we deal in miracles. We can call lightning from an empty sky. We can create rain from nothing. But we cannot bend time, Miss Josephine.
I can.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Wait, Miss Emerson, wait. Are you being serious? Have you learned chronomancy?
I'm being facetious. I have found some chronomancy studies. I know that it's possible. And if that alone is possible, Riley, how impossible is the thing that I'm describing?
This feels like a roll.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna say command. Because consort is trying to like gain access or resources or information. I'm trying to get her to see my way.
Okay.
Is there anything that you would?
This is fine. Riley is kind of like a head figure in the Midnight Symposium. So I think that this would be controlled limited.
Okay.
Like she has power in this organization, so I don't know that she would like take to being commanded.
That's fair.
Would you like to push yourself?
I just don't have. No.
Would you like a
No.
bargain?
What's the bargain?
What's the bargain? Oh, Randall learns about your family.
Which side of my family?
The Emersons. Good question. Good question.
No, I'm going to say no to that. That's a no.
No?
I don't need this man getting involved with the Red Queen who's already fighting for.
But he's so hot.
I know she's going to see those lips and she's going to lose it. Okay.
Okay.
I'm rolling. That's a 5. 2
Um,
5s and a 3.
Riley Crane's spine kind of like goes rigid as you kind of like make these demands, and she says, I will chalk this up to stress from your recent experience. This tone that you're taking with me, I do not find it polite, nor do I find it necessary in this situation. Miss Emerson, we are friends. There's no need for you to command me like this, but I do hear the sense in your arguments. I will do what I can to look into this Randall's past to see if perhaps there's something there. Are you satisfied?
Almost. Riley, I don't come to you with this concern as a friend.
Miss Crane.
I come to you, Riley, as a member of Terrapin Gulch's City Council, and as a guest of Terrapin's Gulch, as an ambassador to Terrapin's Gulch. I would hope that you would find it within your spirit to do your duty and investigate this thoroughly.
I am doing
And
my
I'm
duty
appreciative.
listening to this crazy ramblings that you're giving me. I've told you time and again that there is no evidence of Randall's guilt besides your word against his.
Well, I look forward to the report that you have. Now, because I do consider you to be a friend, Miss Crane, I do look forward to meeting with you again when I admit that I am in better spirits.
She kind of inclines her head and starts walking back towards the room. With Nico
I go as
Baxter.
well. I open the door for her even.
Let's do a little cut. Let's say this happens concurrently while Josephine and Riley Crane are speaking. And Randall Castone sits down across from you, Nico and Baxter. And he says, all right, I heard most of your report while you were talking to Miss Crane. But if there's anything else you would like to include in that, please feel free to tell me.
Well, you see, all of the members of this symposium were wearing these big cloaks and masks to cover their lower halves of their faces. So we really don't know who here in Terrapin's Gulch could be a member of this society. Could be anybody. Could be your neighbor. Could be your brother. Could be the guy that you're sitting right across from at dinner.
Very clandestine.
So I think that we really need to be extra cautious about this information.
Of course. I swear to you, this won't leave this room. And you see like one of his dimples show.
Now I hope you do mean outside of your own mind, right?
I'm sorry?
Well, if, the booklet doesn't leave the room, how are you going to do much investigating?
Oh, that's quite clever.
I didn't think this was your office. Is that right, Mr. Randall, was it? Mr. Castone?
Mr. Castone, that's correct.
I'm so sorry. I didn't introduce myself. Hi, I'm Baxter.
Baxter.
Oh, I think I'm gonna stick to first names for now. It's in the notebook too. But I met the craziest person down there. They were so out there. They were talking about all this incredible magic that they could weave together with technology. And at some point they offered me a job. I was, half in mind to take it up when they brought it about.
Oh?
I think Baxter's gonna carry on in this fashion. And he's going to weave in kind of like subtle jabs. Like, I just couldn't imagine someone like that being a serious individual, serious academic. But, he did this other thing and just jab around the edges of the ego of Roland and see if he can get him to break a little bit.
I think that Roland just sits back and just his smile gets wider and wider until eventually Josephine and Riley Crane step back in, and Randall stands up and kind of gives Riley his seat and says, the young man Baxter, was just giving me such grand information on this nefarious figure that they ran into recently. I can't imagine such a caricature of a person could be real.
Baffles the mind, the things we see.
And Riley just sits down. Her face is pretty stoic, and she says, well, if that's all.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you looking into the matter.
And Randall says, here, let me escort you out.
I think I'd rather leave on my own terms if that's okay.
As you wish. And he opens the door for all of you.
We leave, and as we're finally down the stairs and leaving out the front door, I just say to the both of them, boys, we are so beyond fucked.
Oh, we're screwed.
Doesn't Jeremiah have connections in the Mechanist Guild? Shouldn't we rush on over there? I got another booklet already ready.
Yeah, and I assume Josephine's caught us up with what happened.
Definitely.
I have a feeling we're gonna run into a familiar face.
If we do find that they've both spent the morning together conveniently, it might be worthy information for them to compare notebooks and schedules.
You think we can get the two of them to sit down in a room together?
I do. I think that in this matter we could.
Let's see if we run into Randall, Roland, Ronald, whoever.
Ronald's not bad.
Well, let's scurry on over.
So you guys go to Professor Lestallion's workshop, I think. And Jeremiah's there. I don't feel like trying to put on his accent, so I'm just going to talk like this through it. And he basically asks you what happened. I imagine all of you catch him up on what you guys have been up to. And he's like, what? 2 husbands? That's wild. And you're like, no, that's not what you should be focusing on. Basically, there's this weird darkroom crew. And so he's able to get you a meeting with the Professor Lestallion, and when he gets back, he says, the professor's away on some business for the Mechanists Guild, but this is her right hand man. This is Reeve Castone, and this man looks exactly like Randall Castone.
Reeve, is it?
Reeve, yes. Hello. He's wearing kind of like a what is it called? Like a welder's helmet. He just like flips it up and is like, "Good to meet you." He like holds out his hand. What did you have business with the professor?
Yeah, it's kind of sensitive information. We were kind of hoping to get it to her one-on-one.
All right. Well, you can leave it with me, or she'll be back in. And like he looks at a calendar nearby. About a month.
We'll be back in a month.
Where's she off to, anyway?
Oh well, she's actually doing kind of a lecture tour with the other 4 cities. She's trying to teach them about this new invention that she's made. Well, but all right. If it's not too urgent, then I suppose I'll see you in a month.
Yeah, sure. Nice to meet you, Roland.
You too.
I would like to roll a read.
Sure.
I want to know if these are triplets, or if this is actually the same person.
Ooh, good question.
He didn't correct me just now.
Okay, that's because I misheard you. And he says, "Oh, are you talking about my twin, Roland? I'm sorry, I'm Reeve."
Oh, no, I get our names mixed up. I didn't know you were a twin. That's so funny. You know, we got a twin in our family, too. Y'all fraternal?
Yes. Yeah. That's so wild that you chose the exact R name. That
It's happened. It's happened to me before. There's one time I walked up to somebody at a party. I was like, "You look just like this guy I know." And he's like, "No way, that's my brother." I guess I have an eye for this sort of thing.
What has he done?
You do kind of attract twins, so I'm sorry.
It's
What?
true.
What did you say?
Has Roland done something again? I don't.
Oh no, we haven't. I didn't know you were a twin. I just got names mixed up. Sorry.
You look. You don't have to pretend like this. You can be honest.
I'm so sorry. Did you say
Only if
twin?
Or do you mean triplet?
No, there's just the 2 of us.
Do you know anyone by the name of
Randall, by chance?
No? Is this another R thing that you do? He says to Nico.
Well, no, because we actually did meet someone who looked exactly like you named Randall.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. All I have is Randall.
Thought it was Roland.
Nope. Roland was the fake name.
Yeah, that's who your twin is, right? That's who we've been talking about.
Wait.
I'm
Pause.
confused.
Now
He's-
I'm confused.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Roland is the academic of the dark room. Randall Castone is the inquisitor of the Midnight Symposium.
Yes.
And Reeve Castone is the second hand to the Mechanist Guild.
Yes.
And we've been talking about Roland.
Have you been talking about Roland?
So you mean Randall.
Yeah, right.
So Randall and Reeves are twins. Roland is the odd one out.
Yes, correct.
But I called him Roland.
I think Keith was just confused.
I'm confused. Sorry.
So I'd like to know if they're
Confusion.
really twins.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. What you're using Reed?
Yes, and what are my... So I think, since I got a really good look at his face, like, surely there's some distinctive markings, maybe like a cut of a shaving mark, or how they cut their stubble or something that the plan's
Interesting.
eyes would be keen to.
Uh-huh.
So what is my position?
Controlled limited.
I'm gonna push myself on this one.
Would you like a bargain instead?
I'll hear it.
Or would you rather I help?
I'll hear it. I would take a help too.
You catch Reeves' eye.
I'm gonna make this talking out loud. That would let me take it to controlled great, which would give us a pretty strong answer even in a 5, which might be worth the consequences we would trade. Am I
So
crazy?
what, you get a mechanic daddy. What else new?
You want the villain trying to fuck you?
I mean,
Yes.
He's already got his rival fucking him.
I'm sorry. I can't. This you've hit a sweet spot. I can't say no to that.
Baxter,
Contractually.
Baxter's first
Got it.
threesome
Found
and whatnot.
it. Yes. Sorry, John. what
Yeah,
were you saying?
I'll take your deal.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and roll. Nico, how are you?
I got a
helping?
5.
Oh, I mean, Nico's got sharp eyes.
Nice. With a 5, let me think. Visually, Baxter, you spot no difference. But as you're kind of like scanning this man, Reeve, he kind of like starts looking at you, says, Hey.
Oh, hi.
Sorry, I didn't get your name. And he like holds out his hand.
Oh, I think Baxter blushes a little bit. My name's Baxter. I've been around these parts a few times. I've met some of your other members.
I do recognize you. Yeah. Are you friends with these two? Are they your SO?
They're more my family than anything, I'd say.
Okay. Okay.
We're literally related by blood.
You're right.
Yeah, literally.
I will say though, Miss Josephine over there is truly the most talented mage I've ever had the opportunity to learn from.
Reeves'
And,
eyes don't leave yours, Baxter, as you say this, and he says, "Oh, is she now? Well, that's quite impressive."
And Baxter, and I pop in, is about to take after my footsteps. He is considering going to Vermont with his boyfriend.
Oh, that's true.
I see. Well,
Yes.
that's quite exciting. I do hope that you have a great time at the university. But if all that frou-frou magic stuff isn't your
Excuse me?
what?
Miss Josephine, I don't think he meant anything by it.
I mean, how could he? Simply lacks the understanding.
Oh, are you a mage? Sorry, I couldn't tell by just looking at you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I meant no offense.
Believe me, a mechanist who can't even see what's in front of their own face. Yeah, no, that.
Uh-huh.
Well, gang, I
So,
certainly
Baxter.
think. I feel like, thank you so much, Reeve, for letting us know. We'll be back when Dr. Lestallion is back in. Let us know if you ever find if she's staying in one spot. We could shoot her a message.
Yeah, I mean, she's in Jericho right now. I don't know if you guys want to take an ornithopter over. But anyway, and then he just like passes his card over to Baxter and he says, anyway, good to meet all of you. And he's just like looking at Baxter and he says, but I'll see you in a month.
Appreciate it.
Baxter-
If we are in back Jericho, we'll try and catch up.
Baxter, the thing that you did notice with a 5 is that Reeve smelled of burnt metal and, like oil and maybe some, like a little bit of like some sort of like tobacco, basically. And Randall, who like knelt down in front of you to do like the whole, demonstration, basically. You know that he smelled more like something floral and a little bit of something citrus, and that is what Roland smelled like.
All right. I believe as we make our exit, I'm gonna pull Baxter over and I'm gonna be like, "Look, bud, if your eyes are gonna wander, do it properly, and don't screw over my future in-law situation."
Nico, I have no desire to do that. I needed him to tell me what he could and get as close to me as possible. And as it happens,
please, Baxter,
that-
you were undressing each other with your eyes.
that turned out to pay dividends. I noticed that this of the 3, smells different than the other 2. The other 2 smell the same, look the same, act the same.
Yeah, you want to see if he tastes the same too?
I hadn't thought about that, but I think this is enough of a difference to rule that this might be a twin situation. We don't know he's not involved, but at least not the same person.
There are certain ways to double check if it's a twin situation.
And what's that?
What better way to know your enemy than to get closer to him?
I take it you're volunteering?
I think that is a group effort. Met some new folks. Perhaps we invite them out for a night. See if they both show up.
Well, I have plans. It has been a long day, tired, and I have things that I want to work on.
But we don't have to do it tonight.
I agree. It'd be good to go home tonight.
Yeah, I'll go catch Paul up on the whole situation.
And I think with that, we can end the stream a little bit early tonight. That was kind of all I had. How's everyone feeling?
Can I do one more small thing?
Oh, sure. Yeah. If anyone wants to like do something separately, yeah, that's fine.
As we get back to the house, despite the family's disdain for it, I think Baxter prepares like a little editorialized version of the notes he sent out and mails it to Liam on Veron. And at the bottom is just like a footnote that says, "Hey, I met some new folks today, and I want you to read over my notes, see what you can find. I've never been as smart as you." And he kisses the paper where he signs his name, and there's a little bit of like lip balm left on the paper, and he sends it off.
Does anyone else see this message, this missive going out?
He is doing this
Josephine
very
does it.
secretly.
Okay.
Do you send it through the mailbox?
Almost certainly not. He goes to the post to do this.
Smart. Yeah, Nico, Josephine. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Nico, do you have anything?
I do. Actually, I want to have a little scene with Maybell. I think it's been a
Ooh.
long, stressful day. I think Nico climbs up into Maybell's room, knocks on the window, see if she's there.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, you crawl up into Mabel's through Mabel's window. I imagine she lives in the attic, just because she just doesn't want to be like
Naturally.
around other people, basically. But when you do, you see that she's opened a package, and from the package, she's withdrawn what looks to be a cloak with a cowl, all black, and on the table in front of her is sort of a face veil, and she tries to hide it. And she says, "Nico, what?
Hi.
Hey, what are you doing here?"
Well, I had a pretty long, stressful day. I thought I'd come see you, see what's up, get a little space away from the fam. What's going on with you?
Oh, I just bought these things. I just wanted to. Well, it's fine. I was gonna try them on, but yeah. And then she just like kicks them off into a corner.
You know, that's really funny because today was really long, real stressful. Tallulah's got this whole ordeal. She's still not over her husband. My God,
Oh my goodness.
she makes it everyone's problem. And after all that, we ended up, as we do. We end up in these situations like we did with Tequila, like we did at Veront when brother shot me. Fine, by the way. But we ended up at this place where people were wearing long black cloaks and face masks.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. And we ain't married yet. Not gonna tell you how to live your life. But it seemed like some really shady shit. Something really that I wouldn't get involved in.
Nico, they pay very well.
Yeah, what are they paying you to do?
Just gather some quartz. Gather some corrupted wood sometimes. Not even hunting monsters. The way that y'all do.
They keep live specimens in there.
Okay, and?
And if those things touch you, then you're gone.
But they have them contained. They got
The tequila was
spells.
contained too. We nearly poisoned half the town.
But that family, they went wild with that shit. They didn't.
You don't
know
think
how
these people
to-
will?
No. Do you?
All I'm saying is if they weren't doing something that's dangerous, they wouldn't be hiding it.
Okay, but their livelihoods are a danger. That's what they risk. If the Academy and the Mechanist Guild could just shake hands, they could come out into the light. That's what they have to lose.
Just be careful, all right?
Nico,
Don't get
look,
too. Don't let the water come in over your head.
it's just a job.
Keep an eye on the exit door.
It's nothing. I'm not even doing any of those like weird, whatever experiments they're doing.
I'd like you to keep it that way. That's all right.
Are we okay? Is this?
I think we're fine for now. But it's some shady shit. I don't want you getting caught up in it.
I don't think you're seeing the entire picture, Nico. I think there's something that we could gain as a whole, as all of humanity could gain, if mechanists and mages could work together.
And I don't disagree with you there. They could work together in ways that don't involve bringing live, corrupted creatures to our city, though.
But there's already look, there's already the zoo. Your father is bringing corrupted creatures into the
You
city.
think I'm happy
already.
about that?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. You know me better than that.
It just seems like a double standard.
I'm not telling him how to live his life. I'm not going to tell you how to live yours. But just, all I ask is that you keep one eye open.
All right, yeah. I always do.
Yeah, you do. Now come here. And we fade to black.
Nice, nice. Josephine?
Sorry, me, Liv the player. I'm so happy. Josephine, before she retires for the night, just simply indulge in her vices and lock herself away in her Tower of Solitude, I want to essentially work on a project.
What project are you working on?
Inspired by some of the things that I saw earlier today, knowing that some of us aren't always the most combat focused, and with the visual knowledge that Nico did crit on an attune roll, Josephine is going to try to create 52 glass cards that essentially function as spellcast focuses for Nico.
This is so cool. I fucking love this. So, do they look like playing cards? Like, are the runes
yes.
shaped into the different suits?
Yes.
Go
So
ahead.
they're the size of they're the size of Ooh. Okay, sorry. I just had an idea. They are the size of cards, and instead of, they are the 4 suits, but Josephine is essentially going to create 10 cards. Yeah, 10 cards for her 3 different schools of magic. So he will get like a suit of lightning, a suit of glass, a suit of wind, because she knows that she can do those, and she can give him like 10. It's 10, right? 11?
13? With the face
No.
cards?
13. No, yeah, 13 with the face card. So 13 cards that can do some sort of casting within those 3 elements that she knows. And then the rest, I think she's just trying to provide some sort of magical effect, some basic magical effect. I think on some level every mage can open all the windows or turn off all the lights. So 13 cards of stuff like that.
It's just you don't know what the appropriate rune configurations are.
Yeah, you get a whole
Yeah.
wild card suit, basically, essentially. I just wanted it to be the 4th because I think that's
Nice.
cute.
Oh,
But yes.
I was going to say, what about a Joker 53rd card that's just like, who the fuck knows?
Oh, no, the Jokers are going to be Chronomancy.
Oh, shit.
Yes. Oh my god, please use that quickly so I can be ungrounded.
I
This is so good.
fucking hate my siblings.
And they are made essentially the same way that playing cards are. So in the corner, there's the rune, dramatically, and then any other additional runes that there might need to be in the center of the card. I don't know why I'm tutting. Anyway.
It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really quick, welcome to Q Times and your rating party. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I think that this is a 12-step clock. Because I think that you need to be like really careful with these carving these runes into glass, and also you need to make sure that the glass is strong enough to actually like withstand usage, basically.
Right. Yeah, they can't just like shatter.
Right.
Ideally, they're not going to shatter.
Right.
All right, so I started the clock. Can I make a roll? Or do I need to make?
You can make a roll. I think it might be a tune to do this.
Since the cards are made of glass, do I get my free push?
Ooh. I will say with this first roll you can, because you're inscribing glass magic into one of the suits. But because the other suits are utilizing wind and lightning, you won't be getting an extra push on those specifically.
That's super fair.
Yeah.
What are my positions?
Controlled standard.
Okay. What is fortune? Or fortune roll sounds like something else. Controlled standard. Oh, I get a free push. Okay, I'm changing it to controlled great, and I'm giving myself an extra die.
Nice.
Wait, no. That's all I get. Yes, that's all I get. Okay. Oh, that's a 3. I should have given myself a die.
Okay. You can still fill in 2 pie pieces in that clock. As you begin, I think that you just, this is you shaping the cards and making sure the material itself won't shatter on use, basically. And so your little passenger, your little friend in the back of your head is giving you tips as you're doing this. And yeah, you're able to craft these, the templates for these cards. All
Cool.
right. So if no one else wants to do anything, we might start off next episode on a downtime with all of you trying to figure out what to do with the 2 Silases. So let's do outros. Liv, please tell us about yourself and where people can find you.
Yeah, hi, I'm Liv. I'm running around Menace, being the cutest person that you know on the internet as I get lip gloss, my hair stuck in my lip gloss. You can hear my voice over on Super RPG. We just released some of our like solo interludes, so it's really cute. They're very like character driven interactions, and yesterday's episode was my character Lucia, who is a big sister, and the other big sister of the group, Angie, played by the wonderful T. And it was very cute. It's very sweet. It's very slice of life. So if you just want some chill vibes and some good music, check it out. Next week we are off. It's a break, if I remember.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So if you feel so inclined, you should check me out on Twitter, because I'm going to be posting about being over on Infinite RPs, where I will be playing Sarah, who is a black femme who escaped a slave ship and became a pirate captain. And now I have found my twin brother after over 20 years of us being separated, played by the amazing Wally, who is basically my twin in real life if I was over 6 feet tall. Your favorite non-binary slime, Wally. It's a really good time. It's a really good show. We're playing the Zweihander system. So I'm rolling.
Oh.
Yeah. Bestie, we're rolling D100s. Fuck am I doing out here rolling D100s? But it's a good time. And so I highly recommend you checking it out. It is a story told with the backdrop of the American Revolution, but it is a ghost horror stream. Very, very UTT. Big vibes. If you enjoy this, you'll enjoy that. All right, this is me.
Oh, that. Thank you, Liv. Alex, please tell us about yourself.
Hello, it's me, your daily ball of stress. You can find me anywhere on the internet at Cobalt Gear. I will get back to streaming on my channel at some point, eventually. I don't know about you, but I have this thing where whenever I'm making something and I take a break from it, it's really hard to get back into it. So like that's the problem. And aside from that, if you want to hear me rant about Mega Man or whatever video game I'm thinking about during a manic episode, you can follow me on Twitter. And last but not least, I would like to shout out this little known thing. It's called shrimp fried rice. It's very good. Would highly recommend everybody trying it out.
Are you telling me you shrimp fried this rice?
Yes, 100%. I know. That's why I need the people to know. I need them to know.
Wait, Alex, do you want to do a potluck? Do y'all want to do a potluck?
I will be in the Bay Area
yes.
for 2 weeks in September. Is everybody's? I'm not promising anything, but I will be there for a potluck. I'm not promising the audience anything.
I mean, I'm absolutely down to do a potluck. I don't really have any meals that I can cook, like from heart.
I can bring stuff.
No. I have to bring something if Keith is asking me to propose a potluck. I have to bring something.
Sorry. I was proposing like you guys host a potluck. You would be bringing your home.
Oh yeah, 100%. We could do that.
We love going to Alex and John's home. Please.
Party house.
Yes. Honestly, what it is Keith just wants to cook so that we'll be like, oh my god, Keith, you're such a good chef. And Keith would be like, no. And we're like, oh my god, but it's delicious.
This is
like I cut my hair so I can't flip it, but like imagine.
This is only partially correct. There's also like a part of me, like as a water sign, that wants to like provide for friends. So that's what like the cooking does for me, I think.
I feel that in my bones as another water sign.
I will bake for everybody. I'm a baker.
There we go.
Now we're just making plans on stream. Anyway, sorry, stream friends. You're not invited.
Final shout out to John for cooking dinner for me tonight.
Hi, I'm John. I stream here on most Mondays with this lovely cast, plus another, and I don't really do any other stream stuff. So instead, I would like to shout out a couple of things. The first thing, donate money to your food bank. That's going to be my repeating theme. I will say it a lot. $1 every time I say it, they will love you. The second is, I think it is worthy to understand your voting situation wherever you are. There has been a lot of work happening to gerrymander local regions in the United States. If you are a U.S. resident, check it out. It might have changed in the last 6 months. So take some time, make sure you know where you're voting and how you're voting, because the way that the lines are being drawn has become a little problematic. And do the effort now, not during electoral season. Do the effort now to go and convince and canvass others, because that's when the work has to happen.
Period. And I have been your host, Keith. You can find me here on TPC on Sundays, attempting to play Dungeons and Dragons. And obviously you can find me here on Mondays, playing almost every other TTRPG. And tonight, I think that we will be, oh no, did Quest and Chaos? Oh no, they're still up. Okay, cool. We will be rating Quest and Chaos. So please send them our love, and if you have any extra cash, perhaps consider signing up to our Patreon. We are going to be starting a new season in January of the new year, and so we will be using all of the cash from Patreon to pay for artists to create our new layouts, to create new art for our new characters, etc., etc. So again, thank you for watching, and we will see you 2 Mondays from now. Bye.